Hello everyone. Today I'm going to take my 1 propane tank system and I'm going to turn it into a 2 propane tank system. I've never done anything like this before. Hopefully I don't mess it up too badly, but I want you guys to come along and let's see if I can get this done. So you guys may be asking yourself, why am I doing that? Why am I changing this from a 1 propane tank system to a 2 propane tank system? Well, the reason is because I do not want to have to worry about running out of propane when I'm on a camping trip. Yeah, I can buy a gauge and I can constantly watch the gauge and see how much propane is in the tank, but I really don't want to do that. I want to have 2 tanks out here, so when one tank runs out, I can just switch it over to the other one. Now, the way that I'm going to accomplish that is I ordered a kit off the internet and it came in right here. And I will leave a link in the description if you want to purchase this for yourself. But this has everything that I need to get it done, except for the tools, of course, and the hardware. Let's open this up and see what's inside. So we've got the wing nut right there, the pole that the wing nut goes on, the clamp that holds the 2 propane tanks together, and then the base. And that's all you need. So what we'll need to do is we will need to remove this 1 20-gallon propane tank, and this is being held in place by 2 bolts only, one here and then one on that side there. And the propane tank is actually being held in place with just this 1 bolt here. So all I need to do is remove this 1 bolt here, and then I can remove the propane tank, and then to remove the harness, just take these 2 bolts out. And then to install the base, the YouTubers that I've watched do this, what they've done is they've taken the base here, and as you see, it has 2 holes, one here and one here, and they have drilled holes into the A-frame. I don't want to do that. You only need 2 screws to hold it in place, as you can see. My idea is once I remove these 2 screws, I'm going to line up these holes with this, and I'm going to drill 2 holes inside the base plate, one here and one there, and then use the existing hardware and screw this down into it that way. That way, I should not have to drill any holes into the A-frame. And like I said, I've never done this before. I don't know if it's going to work, but the good news to me is if it doesn't work, no problem. I can always still drill into the A-frame and use these 2 holes if I have to. So I'm going to play it safe first and drill into the base and not damage the A-frame. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that this is turned off. Yes, the valve is completely closed. Then I'm going to disconnect it. Then I'm going to remove this bolt here. And now I'm going to remove the propane tank. Next, I'm going to remove these 2 bolts. And to accomplish that, I'm going to use a 10mm socket wrench. And now I can remove the harness. And I'm going to hold on to these screws because I'm going to use these to screw the new base plate into the A-frame, into the existing holes, so I don't have to drill any new ones. Right there and right there. And now that I have the base plate lined up on the A-frame, I'm seeing that the base plate already has 2 holes that line up with the holes already in the A-frame, right there and right there. So I don't have to drill anything. I should be able to just put the existing screws right in there to mount the base plate to the A-frame. Wow, how convenient is that? No drilling for me. Hopefully this will work. There we go. Wow, it's on there sturdy too. It's awesome. Okay, the next thing we do is screw in the mounting rod. I guess that's what it's called. Okay, got that in place. Okay, next we're going to put the 2 propane tanks on the base. Here's one. And there's 2. All right, next we're going to put the clamp on that's going to hold these 2 together. Just like so. And then the very last step, we're going to put the wing nut on top of here to hold them in place. There we go. They're on there, very sturdy. They are not going anywhere. Now I'll connect the hose back. And we are all done. Now I already know many of you are thinking, well, why didn't you install like that double regulator hose so that when one tank is empty, it automatically switches over to the other one? I almost ordered that, but then I decided against it. And I know that that hose is very convenient. However, for me, I want to know when one propane tank runs out. If I have that double hose on there, when one tank runs out, it's going to automatically switch over to the other tank, and I won't know that that happened. I want to know. I'm nosy. So this way, by just having one hose connected, when that tank runs out, I'll know that it's time to come out here and then just switch it over to the other tank manually. I'd rather do that than have it do it automatically. That's just me. But if you want to install the double hose, I'll leave a link to it in the description. You can order that. It's super simple to install as well. But in the meantime, for me, that's it, you guys. This is exactly what I wanted. Now I do not ever have to worry about running out of propane. Once this tank is done, I'll just come out here, disconnect that, and connect it over here, and we can keep rolling. And then while this one is working, I can take this one and have it refilled. That way I never have to worry. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful or beneficial to a lot of you out there who are using one propane tank, yet you would like to have 2. As you see, it's not really that difficult. You can save yourself a lot of money instead of going to a dealer, because they're going to charge you over $100, maybe $200 to do this. So you can save that money and labor and do it yourself. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button, like, and leave a comment. I love reading your comments and responding to them. And in the meantime, this is Vince from Vince's RV Life, and I will see you guys on the next video. Take care.